Was there any question for you if you would, after Lazar passed away in the first event, was there any question for you if you would keep going?
No.
And why do you think that is? What do you think that about you?
So, first off, it's coming from a guy who Lazar lived with me when he came to Cookville. Like in 2021, when I was a nobody in the sport, I was just this dude from reality TV that went to Mayhem and started working on Rich. I actually got to be technically Lazar and Saxon and Guy's coach. Facundo was coaching all three, and he needed help. So I was kind of like Guy and Lazar's coach. And he came and lived with me for like a month and a half.
Like in the same house?
Same house. I was living kind of for like, I think 4 of those weeks. No, maybe 3 of those weeks. It was me, Lazar, and Guy living together. And it was wild. Like, I would take him to the grocery store. I'd take him everywhere, honestly.
You'd walk by him when you'd walk by and the bathroom door would be open and you'd taking a piss.
Yeah, like we'd be, yeah, for sure. Like taking turns showering, all the things.
Yeah, he'd use your bar. You guys have shared a bar of soap.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean,
well, anyway,
boy stuff.
Speed up the story, like, I've gotten to be around Lazar a lot. And as I kind of grew in the sport, made team gains, and then became, like, technically a competitor of Lazar's. Instead of, like, living with me or staying with me, I also got married in that timeline as well. Like, he would get a hotel, but, like, we still work out together. He's a friend of mine. Like, we go to Cracker Barrel together or whatever. And
you guys are both really good dudes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. You're a great guy.
Dude, he really is. Like, some people may not know that about him. He has extreme humility that people don't see.
And he's loving, and yet he can still chop it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
And this is something I think you would really appreciate and respect to hear is, man, a year ago, not a year ago today, but October 22nd to the T, I went and looked at timestamp on a photo on my phone. But October 22nd, 2023, so roughly a little bit under a year ago, my last interaction with him when he came to Cookville before last year's Rogue, I worked out with him a little bit, and he came to church with me. My wife happened to be out of town. She was doing something, like baby shower with a friend, and we drove to Cracker Barrel. And
is that a restaurant?
Yeah, it's like a southern country restaurant. Anyway.
I always think of it as a place that sells like
knickknacks.
Yeah, or like stuff that's like handcrafted stuff, like wicker baskets and shit.
Yeah. They sell a lot of that.
I mean? Or like crocheted shit or something. Or like those swings that you hang on your porch or something.
Well, anyway, so like we're on the way to Cracker Barrel to eat brunch after church, like with a group of athletes. And on the way, because we were talking about church, because he's like, man, this is so different. I enjoyed this so much compared to Serbia. Like, I grew up with like a lot of, in Europe and Serbia, it's like a lot of Catholicism background. Like the churches are immaculate, but they're very old school. Like pews are different. Everything's different. Music and worship's different. But he's got a unique situation in Serbia in his life, and he told me in the car on the way he's a Christian. I'm like, well, wait, tell me, what do you mean? I'm like, do you believe Jesus died on the cross for your sins? Like, is he your personal Lord and Savior? You believe he rose from the dead? He was like, yeah, of course. Like, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And I was like, wait, what? I was caught off guard, and I like.
Why Catholics don't do that?
Well, no, I just like some people, especially like. I mean, there's obviously a lot of different religions, and like I like broke it down with him, talking about the different stuff that goes on in Europe and stuff like that. And dude, he was just everything he said. I was like, man, like I'm fired up about this. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, like to speed up to like the encouraging part is when he told me that, and he was like, yeah, I believe Jesus is my Lord and Savior. I believe that unique moment that we had in the car in that moment was so that I could talk about it today. Because for whatever reason, I felt so eager to ask him. And I obviously brought him to church, and I was like curious his thoughts and everything. And like, man, that's what gives me encouragement and hope is like, man, I believe he's in heaven today. And if that's the truth, man, he's in paradise, a paradise we can't comprehend. And like, I can smile when I say that, you know what I mean? But like when I think about a few days ago and everything that happened and the circumstances that we're among, like the fact he can't be there for his fiancée Anya, Luca, his family, like the people that love him, even a friend/brother like me or like Guy or any of our Mayhem people that like are friends with him, like we hate not seeing him here. But I mean, I see that the potential from a lot of good to come from this, and that's hard to talk about and think about. It's especially good coming from the fact that like CrossFit needs to hear and the voices of the athletes, and obviously there's a lot of safety protocols that need to be cleaned up a lot, especially when it comes to swimming events, and that's a whole other story. But I think it's going to bring the community together. And I'll tell you what, this morning was really cool too, having the wife of Chad come and debrief us. Someone that has experienced tragedy and loss herself, just like we have this weekend. And it was the timing was it was just impeccable, it was appropriate. So I thought that was really cool that Dave was like very eager to bring her up there to talk to us, all the individual athletes before Chad, which was really cool. Let me go back to the first question you asked me, is like, from the beginning, did you want to compete? And this is
like, did you ever question whether you were going to keep competing?
This is what I want to say is, like, as a guy who's lived with Lazar, who knows Lazar's personality, and honestly I'd say his personality is a lot like mine. Like, I wouldn't want people to just stop. All the people that sacrificed, whether it was 10 grand, if you're a foreign athlete, to even get here, traveling expense and hotels and all that, like, I want them to compete.
Yeah.
But this is where I'm coming from. As a guy who really knows him on a deeper level, it's like, I believe he would look at me, if he came down from heaven right now and spoke to us, I think he'd be like, bro, I want you to give all you have and try to win every event for me. I think that's what he would say to me. And I know if I passed away, I'd want him and all my other Mayhem athlete brothers to give everything they have for me to go win every event in my honor. And then not just, oh yeah, go compete for me. Go compete, but be vocal about why you're competing. And honor him vocally, and the fact that you're honoring him through your efforts, you know what I mean? And like, that's what I've been trying to do with my platform, and that's essentially what I'm doing right here, you know, with your camera. And like, I'm just telling you my story and my, you know, my outlook on it, my perspective, but I believe that's what he'd want. And I think even for the athletes, I think it's important for us to respect his family, because his family and even Luca were like, hey, we believe Lazar would want you to do this. And a lot of athletes were like, nah, like, I just don't have it in me. And I can understand some of that from a standpoint of like Guy, for example. Culturally, things are different. In South America, much less Brazil, and it's like how they mourn and how they do things is different, you know. And he didn't have the stomach.
He pulled out.
He pulled out because he just didn't have the stomach. He was trying to compete and give everything he had, and it wasn't showing up. He needed more time to mourn and more time to think about it. And I can understand that. I'm wired a little different, but like kind of like what everyone's been echoing. Everyone's going to handle it differently, is what for sure has been happening. But I just think, you know, that's just something that we all can kind of understand, is everyone's going to handle it a little different. So.
Does that have caffeine in it?
These men got it
A little bit.
Where did you get that?
Right here in that black bucket.
Dude, look what Jocko just posted on his. Look at this. This is the funniest shit.
Sprager, what happened? Jocko. Hey, it looks like you've been pushing yourself, which is good. Cool. And you could probably, if you wanted to, maybe just kind of coast your way to victory. Or you could just turn up the heat and go full-bore fucking psycho. That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, I love this dude. This dude's hype, bro.
Where did you meet him at?
What's that?
I don't think he has yet.
I haven't met him yet. My buddy's been interacting with him, saying we sent my buddy some encouragement, and they've been sending me some products. So I think he might.
Oh, I thought he was just trolling you.
No, he's not trolling.
That sucks. It'd be better if he was just trolling.
It would be funny. The guy's a badass. I know he's been through some stuff.
You're having fun.
Yeah, bro. This event's about to be lit.
Fuck.
I mean, the last one was fun-ish. It wasn't painful. It was just execution. So this same way, execute. Yeah, you bar him. He's a fee though.
No, you bar the rope, but it's gotta be Michelle. Yeah.
You have to.
That's the point. He's gonna be like, there's nothing on there.
Hey, dedication.
It's teamwork. It's teamwork right there.
Would Perrin do that? Is your underwear in your butt?
I got a little bit of a wedgie. Yeah,
Travis, I'm gonna need you to pull that out. Fetch that out,
it's
Travis.
only fair, Travis.
Yeah.
Come on, get it out.
Brian, did you put a gummy bear down there to motivate you to get to the last?
No, there's some blood on the floor. I don't know whose blood it was, but I was trying to wipe it off a bit. I mean, I just kind of smudged it in, but.
I thought you put a little treat down there for you for motivation.
Yeah. No, hopefully my mouth doesn't get that close to the floor.
Let's do.
Is this a tricky one to warm up for?
It's kind of easy. Just,
You don't want to burn out, right?
yeah. Don't do too many, but make sure you're feeling good.
Jesus, he was blown off. Yeah.
Let's see what these guys are doing.
There's a drill you have us do at semis with a band we could do that would really help imitate what it feels like. It's like you get the band and you just kind of pull it in like that.
That's
See
the
that?
content. That's the
Got you again, bro. That's time number 2.
I'm gonna ride your jocks so hard if I can down and spray, make it like top 5 together.
Yeah, or
And
on
I'm
this
gonna
one.
fucking do it. No, just at the end
In
of the
general,
games.
yeah.
Like, I told you my toes was the greatest. Hey, if you can get Coach Jason Hopper and have all 3 of these fuckers, that would be fucking, you'd run a fucking 10-year dynasty in the sport, dude. It would be nuts.
It'd be a starting 3 lineup for a basketball team.
Holy
man.
shit. You'd be like,
big
James,
boys.
this year you're going to win. You
Do
two
it.
just hang back and, like Tour de France, just block out
Yeah.
Hopper year 2026.
Yeah.
And it down. You know what I mean? Rotate.
That'd be funny.
Last year when I'm ready.
Has anyone talked about what the workouts are for tomorrow yet?
No, we don't know
I
anything.
haven't heard anything, but I'm speculating that there's going to be 300 points on the line, but they're only going to take the floor twice. I have no evidence of that.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope there's going to be 300 points on the line. I know that we'll find out something tonight, I believe
have
at
an
8
athlete?
o'clock. Yeah, there's a briefing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finish in 9 minutes.
What? Who did? Oh, is it?
Is nobody finishing?
He's talking on my microphone.
That's yours.
Oh, it's him. It's that guy. That guy.
Think people will believe it?
The heat before that only had 5 people. I want to say maybe like 2 of them finished, maybe 3 of them.
So the strategy is to just finish is more important than being fast.
A little bit of both. Strategy is just like not sell out prior to getting to the freestanding, because we saw what the freestanding can do.
Just, I think it's really cool. Just getting new brothers.
There's that front squats.
Yeah, just like one workout, I was like, oh, I'm a professional now. Like, just knowing I can compete in anything rather than running and swimming and biking and monostructural stuff. I'm like, no, I'm here to do well in all these workouts now. Yeah. Yes. Very much so. Very much
It's
so.
that feeling of like keeping up.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hey, you too. Keep playing hard. Well, are we done for the night? Thanks the world. You're awesome. Thank you, my man. Yes, we will. My dad was saying you told him, I love your son. Tell him to come train with me. It's going to happen. Just need to get through this wedding. And
Oh yeah,
smooth
enjoy
cruising.
that first.
I will.
More important.
Sevan said he'd put my registry on his podcast. We'll see if he lives up to it.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, he'd love to. You hear that, guys?
Better.
We have gifts.
All right. Time for some fun handstand push-ups.
What is your deal with those? Some you like?
I like handstand push-ups, but this comes down to the freestanding. Based on what I saw with the boys, it seems like everything else is irrelevant. So, and I'm hit or miss with those. So hopefully today's a hit. What happened?
There's 2 walls out there. Don't kick up on the wrong wall for the strict handstand push-ups.
It's close. That's something nice and smooth.
So,
Go in order.
Left rock.
The first wall is like right where you start,
It's right where you
and then the
start.
second
The
wall
second wall
is down
is
the lane a little bit.
so you start closest one to you.
Correct. And then the next one, you just strict.
Not like this guy.
Ricky went back to the original. Started doing fucking handstand push-ups on the first one.
And you're not, what did those count?
No.
The judge wasn't even watching him. He was at
No,
the
the
wall.
judge was at the second wall. Ricky's over there about to do his push-ups. He's like,
Yelling at him.
I mean, that's not funny. Is this playtime for Alexis? Is she gonna have fun?
Yeah, it's definitely a good one for her. It's playtime is an interesting word choice because this whole thing feels different than usual. But still, it's like I hope that she still finds joy in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
that's the goal from everybody who's here continuing to move forward is still to get what they want out of the competition. It's selfish in a way, but I can't begrudge them for it. Like they came here for a reason. Some of them because they enjoy competition, some of them because it's their livelihood. But I was so ready to pull the plug on this.
Yeah.
I was so ready. I remember listening to you on the podcast. You were talking about how you just want to go home and be with your family, and I was in that boat too.
Yeah.
But then the more I think about it, the more it's like the perspective that I took away from this is the opportunities for all of us to do this together. Like we should never take them for granted. And so when you say playtime or when you say joy, it's like, who knows what's going to happen? You know, that could have been her. It could have been her next month. So for us to say, no, we're going to pull the plug, I feel like maybe it's a disservice in that sense. So
seize the day.
Yeah, but in the same light, I don't blame anybody for backing out because I was in that boat myself. I said, let's get the hell out of here. None of this feels right. It feels hollow. But if there's anything good that can come out of this, one's maybe just the perspective that we all gain of this life that we have. It's short and we should never take it for granted. So do the things that you love. You know, watching her smile after the run last night, like it's the first time I smiled in 48 hours.
Yeah.
But that's, it just is what it is at this point. So I hope there's more smiles after this one, but points be damned, I don't really give a shit.
Awesome. Understood. Yeah. Very well said, brother.
I thought you were just crazy. Yeah, I was just frazzled, okay? I already have a hard time counting.
You stopped at 3 laps in the mile?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, it's not.
Still crushed it.
Really?
Yeah.
I started walking.
Didn't one of the Pancheks do that on a bike one time?
Yeah. He counted.
Alexis, were you in the lead? Like, how did you not know?
Because I was in the lead.
Oh. Were you in the lead?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, I had my kick. I had kicked. I was like, I took my notes during the Olympics. I'm like, oh, I know when to kick.
Yeah.
300 meters out. Just kidding. 600 meters out.
Oh, you knew she kicked to her. You knew something she miscounted.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I asked Brooke afterwards. Brooke, I asked you afterwards if you knew that Alexis was making a mistake.
Oh yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, Brooke's
Brooke's
like I saw her go. It's like I just can't do that, but.
I was literally like gonna try to like stay with her, and then she took off, and I was like, I can't keep up with that, so I'm just gonna let her go, and like I'll take a second, I guess. But
Did you pass her when she stopped?
No.
No.
She was like pretty far ahead. Yeah, like she was sprinting while everyone was still kind of like settled into their like lap 3 pace.
Maybe that's a strategy. Sprint, walk.
I mean, yeah, it messed with me because I was like, I can't catch that, so.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great story. You'll never forget that.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And I PR'd my mile.
Really?
Yeah, by like 30 seconds. It's so crazy.
With a break in the middle.
Yep.
After the
I
third
was
lap.
wondering, I'm like, I am killing it. Why is no one cheering? That's why, because I wasn't done.
I've never seen a faster third lap in a
race?
4-lap race.
Yeah. What's
I
wrong?
thought she was just kicking super early, and I was like, if she has the juice to keep going, go for it.
I thought I was in their heat, the second heat.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even ready to go out. I was just going to the bathroom. And then they were like, Alexis, you're on. And I was like, I thought I was heat 2. Like, I'm not ready. And I had to go on in like 2 minutes. So I was also frazzled by that.
She looks like she's about to take flight. Oh, he has a wedgie now.
Yeah, he for sure does. He has to walk it off.
Well, you're way lighter than that. Fling you around.
That's classic games content right there.
Feels like 2007. Are the girls better at this, or are they just not under fatigue yet?
They're better at this.
They are?
Yeah.
But you're gonna run away with that.
So did I.
I was like, holy shit, he's
yeah.
putting on a clinic.
I think, to be honest, that would have happened to me regardless of like the pace I held. You know what I mean? Just after that many reps, I think that would have been the same outcome. Got off the sled pull and I was like, this is mine. And then it was until it wasn't, right? So no, I'm happy with it, but a little bit disappointed that I couldn't let's say finish it off.
Is there any way to make handstand walking like walking? Handstand push-ups like walking? Like, can you go back and work on those? And I don't mean to do 100, but could you be like, okay, I'm going to be able to do 12 handstand walking. If you woke me up at 3 in the morning, I can do 12 handstand walking push-ups. Can anyone?
For sure. And
but we didn't really see anyone pull it off.
Yeah, but
no
I think,
one went unbroken.
Yeah,
I don't
know,
think in any men or women.
That would only be because of what was before that, right? Like,
right.
Your arms.
So you're saying fresh, no problem.
100%. Yeah. That I'm confident enough with those that I would be able to get like 15 fresh almost. So I was like, that's what I was like. Okay, this could be mine here, but yeah. And I think the hardest part for me and them, it was just the walking. Like, it wasn't even the like once I had my head down and the handstand push-up was fine. It was just like my triceps were blown up and just actually getting over the line. Like, I couldn't even lock out just walking. So that's why I had to play it smart.
Because you were so blown up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy.
Shows how much I know about CrossFit. Yeah. So things are different under fatigue.
100. Exactly.
All right, cool. 20 years in, I'm learning.
Yeah.
All right. That's my boy. I've been on the down train for a while.
So we're sitting up there with Joe.
How do I feel? The empty yolk? The empty yolk feels good.
How was your favorite?
It's actually fine, and you can't see anything because I've got nice nail polish on.
It looks lovely too.
Thank you. I say, feel good. Yeah, I hope we don't do any skipping because my calves are ruined. But other than that, I feel good.
Triple unders. There might be some pop calves.
Last thing we need.
Touch wood.
We're looking for like the size off the ground.
Yeah, the height off the ground. So it you see how it's just swinging right here?
Yeah.
You'd rather. If it's a lightweight and you're running with it, it might do that a little bit more than usual. And this is like the second time we've heard that it's not going to be like 600 pounds. One from these judges right here, and then once from Dave. Not obviously they're hints. They're
Right.
You know, we're taking it as it may not be.
Okay.
So.
So measuring according to that, to a lighter yoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those of you guys who I haven't gotten a chance to meet yet in person, my name is Don. I wanted to start by, first off, apologizing for not having this conversation sooner. Look, our intent was to get in front of you guys as soon as we could, and I know Dave spent time with you guys on Thursday, but you should have heard immediately from me as well, and so I'm really sorry about that. And I know that you guys have, we don't have a lot of time right now, but I just wanted to take a few minutes to share a few things with you. Yes? Yeah, sorry. I'm Don, CEO at CrossFit at HQ. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, so first off, look, I just wanted to start by saying I'm sorry. Like we as a team are really sorry about what happened. There is nothing more important in what we do than your safety. It is our responsibility, and we are deeply sorry about what happened. And we know that we owe you, and we owe this community answers. We need to understand what happened. We need to make sure that we can give you the confidence in the future that we are doing everything in our power to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. We have and will continue to share specifics on how we're going to do that on the investigation. You should expect to see more from us on that. I also wanted to acknowledge that the decision we made, the decision we were faced with whether to continue with the games or not, put you in an impossibly difficult situation where you had to decide individually how to move forward. And no matter what decision, we know that's a deeply personal one. We know there's no wrong decision on how to move forward. We know whatever decision you chose to make, which we honor and respect, that you're getting a lot of fucking heat for that right now. And I also just wanted to say I'm really sorry about that. You don't deserve it. That heat should be directed at us. And we want to figure out, we will do what we can to try to support and shield you from that. If you guys have ideas on that, please share them. And again, I know there's a lot of emotion coursing through the community right now, and it is not fair that you guys have to feel that. And I'm sorry that you do. I also want you guys to know that we will continue to support the Tuku's family. We are not going to broadly and publicly announce what we're going to do. We're going to do the right thing. We'll communicate that with them, but I want you to know and have confidence that they will continue to be front of mind for us, and that we'll do what we can to make sure that we support them the very best that we can. I also know that you guys have probably a million questions and feelings and thoughts for me, and I wish we had the time right now to go through all of that. We don't, but I will commit. I will personally spend the time with any and all of you. We'll find the time after this. We can talk individually, we can talk as a group, and so we'll make sure that that's available, and I do truly want to hear from you guys. I appreciate you guys sharing a little bit of time with me this morning. Again, I am really sorry for what you guys are going through right now, and we are committed to doing the right thing moving forward. Thank you guys.
I make it a star, they hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball, I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say, I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life, I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back, you ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Just let me relax.
Okay.
But you still do.